Hello everyone, welcome to Canteen Cup. My name is Scott. How is everybody on this fine Tuesday? Yesterday it rained all day again, and so now I'm just walking out of my property to see how it's drying out so I can get back out and do some work again. I had to do some work, so I was out on my desk all day today and thought I needed a break to get outside. Ground is drying up pretty good. Hopefully on Thursday I'll be able to come out here again and start pulling more of these trees out so I can cut them up and get them ready for processing. They're going to end up being pulp. I suppose I could burn them, but I just hate to see all that wood. I mean, you're talking many years of growth, and I just hate to see it go to waste. So I've got a guy that'll come haul them away for pulpwood, and I feel better about that. I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the Wuhan virus, or the Corvid-19 virus, or the coronavirus, a novel coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. And there's not a whole lot new under the sun. I do want to kind of share some of the things I'm seeing out there, and just kind of watching as we respond to it. I have, from several sources, have noted that the shelves are starting to get cleaned out, things like bleach and toilet paper, and most of the sources I get are from cities. So it has begun. The panic buying has begun, and I hope those of you that are on my channel are already at least somewhat prepared. I'm not sure you could ever be 100% prepared for everything, but I think if you do the basic stuff, you'll be okay. I mean, do you have food? Do you have water? Can you maintain sanitary conditions? And can you defend your family? With defending your family at number 4, remember that. While I think it's important that you be able to defend your family, that should not be your highest priority. So, that being said, going back to the virus. Right now in the United States, I believe there's currently about 53 cases, 30-something of those. I get couple different sources, and it may not be that they're falsely reporting, but depending on what time of day or what day they gather that reports on, the numbers may vary a little bit. And so there's about 53 cases in the United States. I think 36 to 39 of those are from that Diamond Princess cruise ship, and they have been repatriated to the United States. And I can't tell, and I really haven't looked that hard, but they're being quarantined somewhere. So I've had people kind of go on that the CDC is lying and it's a government cover-up, and from what I can tell, the CDC's numbers are pretty much matching everybody else's. CDC reports a little differently, and what they do is they report cases that started in the United States. In other words, like on a person-to-person transfer, or somebody that came into the States and then got the flu. They report that separately than the cases for the repatriation, such as the Diamond Princess. So when you go to the CDC website, it may only say 12 cases. However, if you read down a little bit, it says 30-something cases of the Diamond Princess are reported here. So it's there, and it's probably a good place to get your data from. I don't think they update as frequently as some other sources, but they do update it. It looks like about at least once a day. I guess they're busy. I'm going to post a map here. And it's a map, I think this map comes from Johns Hopkins University, and it shows the distribution of where the virus is. And I want you to take note that most of these cases are in the bigger cities. In fact, I think all the cases are in the bigger cities. So myself and others, we have said, come out of her, my people. This is a good example of why you should. Now, if you look on this map, in the center of the country, there's a big red dot, and you think that that's where the biggest concentrations of cases are, and that's not the case. That dot represents the passengers from the Diamond Princess being held at an undisclosed location, since they're either they're not publishing, not telling, or don't know where these people are. They put it in the center of the country, so don't worry, Kansas is safe, at least for now. What I am reading, even though the CDC is telling people to prepare, for a possible pandemic, they are still saying the risk is low. So I think they're saying what a lot of us have been saying all along: get ready now before something bad happens, if it happens. And they are saying that the pandemic is still low risk for Americans in America. We have a good medical system. Some of these other countries do not have as robust a system as we have. And so take that with a grain of salt. Also, too, I was reading that the virus, while it's spreading rapidly, does not appear to be as severe as other epidemics or pandemic-like diseases such as MERS or SARS. The death rate currently for COVID-19 is around 2%, and I think SARS and MERS were up around 10%. So that's a good thing. So I really just wanted to give you an update. I really wanted to just, keep abreast of some of the things that I'm seeing. And, I do this for free, so I'm not looking for clickbait or clicks for money or whatever. My site is not monetized, and so these are just things I'm seeing and passing along to you. For those that aren't overly prepared, what should you be doing? Okay. Do you have enough food? Do you have enough water? I don't think, personally, I don't think our water supplies are going to be affected. But it wouldn't hurt to be prepared to boil water and or purify water. You should have food. I think you should have enough food for your family for a minimum of 2 weeks if you don't have other stores already. And if you're going into panic mode and say, what do I do? Well, here, do this. Go to Sam's, get 50 pounds of rice and get 50 pounds of beans, and keep them at your house. Worry about putting them up and preserving them later. Just get the bag, get it in the house, and you'll have something to eat. Do you have enough medications? Whatever you take, NyQuil, Alka-Seltzer, whatever, homeopathic medicines, whatever you take, do you have enough? Hopefully you have enough to help you get through whatever. I haven't really read too much about how long the disease affects you, for how long and how hard. You know, you can have a cold for 3 or 4 weeks, but it's only really bad for 1 week. And so you may want to make sure you have enough medicine to help mitigate some of those symptoms. And remember, this is a virus, so it takes antiviral medicine and not antibacterial medicine. I've done some videos on some homeopathic stuff, and so hopefully you all have maybe gotten some of that. I just bought some essential oils from Butterfly Express. So excuse me for looking down, but where I'm walking right now is real muddy, and I don't want to slip and fall on my butt, so I have to be a little bit careful. And they still seem to have an adequate supply. So check your stores. You know, make sure, make sure you have bleach, or you have iodine, or you have something that you can treat water and or surfaces. I understand bleach is one of those products that are in short supply, toilet paper. But make sure you have them. This is not a time to get into a panic. For those of you in America, this is not a time to get into a panic. Like I said, when you look at that map, the cases are in the big cities. And I do want to make a point, and I've said this before, is that one area that I'm watching is California. And the cases that are happening out there, I think that's an area, because the disease has so much going for it in places like Los Angeles and San Diego and San Francisco, that may be the kickoff place, or the place where it really takes a foothold. And if you look at that map I posted a while back, you can see there are more dots over on the left coast than there are in other places. And so, I'm not going to say I feel vindicated, and I'm still not saying I'm right. However, that's where the disease is happening, and that's where the most cases are, and that's where we might see the first big outbreak. I'm not sure. I'm just saying that because I believe that that's a good place. You have a high population density, number one, and then you have a high homeless population, that's number two, and then you have those cities have sanitation problems. I mean, any city that has a poop map where you can go in and put where you see human feces so they can go clean it up, and if they have crews to clean up that stuff, you have a problem. Also, some of those cities, because they are trying to be green and environmentally safe or whatever, they don't allow rat poisons. And so the rats are, they're not being poisoned, so they're doing what they do best, make more rats. And that could be a reservoir or a vector for the spread of the disease. So, like I said, if you're going to watch California. That'd be one place for sure to keep an eye on. And then really what's more important is watch what's going on in your community. If you live in the southeast, the nearest case is like in Texas. So there's it would take a lot for the disease to get to you. So I'm saying, if you live in less populated areas, less population density areas, then you probably have a better chance of not catching it. Come out of my people, come out of her, my people. So anyhow, that's my quick video today. I want to talk a little bit about the virus, and I really just wanted to get out of the house a little bit. I was inside all day, and so I wanted to go out and walk my property and see if I can start chainsawing trees again. Looks like maybe by Thursday that might be a doable thing. So be diligent. Don't be scared. Don't be scared yet. Keep calm. Do what you got to do. I think everybody knows what they got to do. They just got to decide that they want to do it. And so that being said, you all take care. Stay safe and stay secure.